Hello, my lovely and sweet Aries. This is your horoscope for 2025. Now, this is your yearly horoscope, and I wish you the best year possible. Happy 2025, my dear Aries. Now, 2025 will be huge. A lot of transits happening in 2025, and especially for you guys, because a lot of slow moving planets also moving into your sign. Not a lot, but two. And all the slow moving planets and all the planets actually will have their own actions, and all the personal planets will go retrograde. Now, personal planets are those that are affect us directly, which I mean, Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, and Venus. Now, all other planets will also shift their places, because they are slow moving. Like it happened, I don't know, once in 10 years or once in seven, something like this. So a lot of things will be happening in 2025, and it will translate into our lives too. 2025 sort of like a shifting, moment. A year when everything changes, but still it's a middle thing. Everything that will happen, like big and serious, will happen possibly 2026, because then all the planets finally will find new homes there. But 2025 will show us, let's say, a lot of previews of what's to come of 2026. So 2025 sort of a middle point, but exactly during this kind of years when planets shift, like when they are at the last degrees and at the beginning of degrees of like next zodiac sign, exactly during this kind of period a lot of things happen, and in generally in our personal life too, and in the world. This is a huge things like will happen in the world as well that will affect us directly, but also because you have a lot of actions in your natal chart, my dear Aries, you will be one of the like biggest stars of 2025. Now let's get into it. Stay with me until end of the video because it's a lot of things happening, and I will give you a lot of examples, and so you could possibly translate it into your own particular life and situations. Now let's start with eclipses. Why? Because we had eclipses happening in your sign for the last a year and a half. That's exactly how eclipses act. They usually take, approximately a year and a half to appear in your sign and the sign which is opposite your sign, meaning Libra. So this axis, like Aries Libra axis, were affected for the last a year and a half, and your life, my dear Aries, could have changed drastically. Actually, a lot of things happen. Like eclipses, they bring situations that are life changing, that are once in a lifetime, that are like very big. They don't. It's not like something something which is very small, but something which is big, like giving birth, or like getting married, or divorcing, or moving to another country, or losing someone close to us. Like these kind of big things happen during last year and a half, while eclipses transited your signs like Aries and Libra, exactly these axes. Now eclipses happen because of lunar nodes, and lunar nodes were situated in your sign, my dear Aries, and particular in your sign there was a north node. Now and south node was in Libra. Now there are two nodes, south node and north node. These, lunar nodes, they are called destiny nodes. Like they bring situations, as I said, life-changing situations according to destiny. It doesn't matter if you believe or not, but whatever we do in our life, we have a free will, I must admit, in astrology. So it depends what you've been doing before this eclipse has arrived in your sign. Now, lunar nodes, eclipses happen because of lunar nodes, and they are two, and they are always opposite to each other. So they always touch two signs simultaneously, and they affect exactly these two signs. For the last a year and a half, it was you, my dear Aries, and Libras. Now, these eclipses will move in January, right after New Year, and I must congratulate you with that. It's not been an easy ride because, lunar nodes, when they touch our signs, our sun, it's a bit of a bumpy road, could be, but for some cases, it could be even, could have been like amazing experience. Again, depending on your deeds, let's say past deeds, what you've been doing before this eclipse has arrived. Now eclipses, like elevators of the universe, they lift us up to exactly to that point where we should be, and they bring situation that should have happened, and it's sort of like a rocket ship. It speeds up like all the situations, speeds up all the events, all the people that needs to be in our life or needs to be gone from our life. So all these things happen during eclipses, exactly. Now this lunar nodes, they will change signs. Now next pair of signs will be Pisces and Virgo, and that's your 12th house and 6th house. Now that axis is all about health and service to others. Now, my dear Aries, you are not particularly good at servicing others, which is fine. But here, universe wants you to learn about these things, and specifically about yourself, because 12th house, where North Node will be situated, is all about self. It's all about subconscious mind. It's sort of spiritual journey thing. And 6th house, where South Node will be situated, it's all about health, and it's all about serving others, taking care of others, thinking about others, and in general also with your well-being. Now think, when these lunar nodes will arrive into your 12th and 6th house, they might bring situations that are similar to those that happen back, let's say 18 years ago, because lunar nodes, every 18 years they come to the same place, and every 9 years they also come to the same place, but at the same time they are like switched. South node is in the sign of the North Node, and North Node is the sign of the South Node. Anyhow, think back to 18 years. So it's 2007, 2008. There might have been something happening. Let's say you've married, like let's say you married 2007, and now when this eclipses change into your 12th and 6th houses for the next a year and a half, meaning until like a whole 2025 and half of 2026, there might be some things happening similar, like let's say you might decide to celebrate your marriage of that long time again, by gathering all your friends and family, as an example. Or you might welcome another family member, or your kid is getting married, or you might get also divorced. A lot of things depend on your situation, but just so you know that you might recall what was going on in 2007 and in 2008 in your life, so that similar things, nothing is exactly the same in the universe, so that's why it's a similar thing, it's a similar topic could be happening in your life for the next a year and a half. Now this eclipses, they happen since July 2023 in your sign. As I said, for the last a year and a half, it was changing your life drastically because it was in your sensitive houses, 1st house and 7th house. In astrology, these are sensitive houses because it touches us. 1st house is me, all about me. How do I look? What's my appearance? What people think of me? What I think of people? And also it's, my plans, my priorities. And 7th house is all about other people in general, with whom we in contact, and especially in marriage, with whom we sign contract, like committed relationship. These are called angular houses, 1st and 7th. Now, since July 2023, it was touching your houses. It might have been that you finally come to understanding what you would like to do in life, how you would want to be portrayed, actually, how you would want other people to see you, because 1st house is our appearance also. It's also our physical body, and a lot of Aries might have, got into better shape, let's say, like lost weight as an example, and went to gym and transformed their bodies completely. And it can be vice versa too. Or because North Node was in your 1st house, it's also about plans and priorities. You finally, let's say, learn how to prioritize, as an example, or how to put your wishes first than any others, as an example. Or finally, it might be that you come to understanding what you want to do in life in general, and what like life path you want to pursue. Now, because South Node was in your 7th house, a lot of you guys might have also, because South Node is a, node of loss. It's sort of a losing things there. You don't have to think about something like something that you're losing or something negative there. It's exactly that, into our benefit, that we need to get rid of some things in our life so that we move forward. And here your South Node was working, refining your connections, your relationships, either in marriage and also in business and in general, your surrounding. It was cleaning, let's say, your surrounding so that you prioritize yourself by the North Node, you see? So, like, you prioritize yourself and your, let's say, wishes and plans. But South Node was working and cleaning things there in your seventh house. Now, seventh house is all about relationships. It took away, possibly a lot of Aries got maybe broke up or divorced, or they just, let's say, pause also their relationship, or vice versa. They actually understood that this person, maybe you've understood that this person is so important in your life that you don't want to lose him or her, and you are committed now more. It could be both ways, my dear Aries. No need to think negatively. So, depends on your life situation. The same in business. It could have been that you left your job, let's say, or you stopped working with business partner for one or another reason. Just, eclipse's job is to show you the true light of the situations. This is how they work, and this is also, their work is also to uplift us fastly, to the point where we need to be and with who we need to be. So if someone like fell off from your life, no need to be sad about that. Some other new people are coming into your life, my dear Aries. Now, these nodes are moving into your 12th and 6th house. Now, 12th house, for the next a year and a half, universe wants you to, upgrade as fast as possible, because through eclipses, it's utilizing eclipses, so that you finally get to understand some things in this area of your life. Now, that is your 12th house. 12th house is all about subconscious mind, how you rest also, how you prioritize time for yourself, for your mental health, for your inner well-being, and also outer well-being too, like physical well-being, because South Node will be in your 6th house. Now, these are like health houses. There could be some surgeries also. Operations might be happening. No need to be scared about that. Just so I will tell you all about eclipses for 2025. They are gorgeous. They are amazing, except for the one. But in total, there will be 4 eclipses. We will talk about them now shortly. Let me tell you more about these 12 and 6 houses. Now, 12 house is also about your rest time, how you rest, how you take care of your body. A lot of Aries might lose weight as well because it's a house of loss. 12th house is when we hide things, when we lose things, where we also like to be in private. We work on ourselves, and like we process things, what happened like in our daily lives. So this is all about 12th house. And 6th house is all about work. A lot of Aries might change work in upcoming a year and a half. And they might also change maybe colleagues, let's say, if some people work under you, because 6th house is our people who work under us, like our assistants, I don't know, our colleagues, team members, also could be at home, like a nanny for your kid, as an example. Those people might change also in upcoming a year and a half. And 6th house is also a house of health. And here, no need to ignore the signals of your body. And if something is bothering you, I would suggest you to get and have a medical checkup. Anyhow, eclipses will make you to do so because it will be happening exactly in your 12th and 6th house. Some people might even get into sport as a professional sport. Some of you guys, you might get into bodybuilding contest too, because 6th house is all about our house of sport as well. When I checked when this eclipses happened in my 12th house and 6th house a few years ago, I got interested with astrology actually. And those eclipses also brought my biggest dream come true. That was one of the manifestation of eclipses. you know 12th house is all about mystical house, our subconscious mind, spiritual growth. And that's exactly when I got interested into astrology for first time. And then I started like heavily studying it a lot, and completely changed my occupation that time too. And of course, my dream came true because I was dreaming something which I would be doing a daily basis, which is six houses, all about our routine. And that became my reality. That might happen to you too, my dear Aries. Now, let's talk about eclipses. We will have four eclipses in 2025. First one will happen March 5th, 14th in your sixth house. Now, sixth house is all about work, and this eclipse will be lunar one. And here, because Uranus will be active, sudden and positive surprises might be the case with this eclipse around March 14th. But because of Saturn, it could come with a lot of responsibilities as well, like responsibility to take care of your health, for example, or to take care of someone else, like elderly people, as an example, servicing others, sixth house, and it's a sudden surprise. It's gonna be sort of something that you would never expect. Now, March 29th, second one we have in your first house, solar one, extremely amazing one, extremely powerful one, beautiful one. It's in your first house, my dear Aries. Those of you who are born March 29 will be affected the most with this solar eclipse. Your wish might come true. The third one we will have September 7th, now in your 12th house. This one will be lunar one, and again, extremely positive, extremely beautiful. September in general of 2025 will be amazingly superb month. It's amazing one because Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus at this eclipse together align forces, and they all will be at 1 degree, at 1 degree respectively in their signs, meaning this is degree 1 is exactly degree of Aries, like starting degree. And this one will have such a, how to say, beneficial effect on everybody. And here for you guys, it will be also a lot of positive energy coming through into your life, especially through your 12th house. Now, 12th house, it might be that you will immigrate somewhere if that's your wish, or you might change, like relocate somewhere, leave some places, or also 12th house could be about subconscious mind. You might experience sort of spiritual growth here, maybe spiritual awakening here as well. Perfect one. Aim September for anything important. Now, September 26th, the last one will happen again in your sixth house, which will be the solar. And exactly this one we will have a little bit trouble here because Saturn will be together with Neptune opposing that eclipse in your sixth house. And again, it's health-wise. Take care, good care about your health and well-being throughout whole year, because around end of September, through the solar eclipse, some message can come about your well-being or about your work. It might be that you might change work, or I don't know, you might quit your job. A lot of things depend on your situation, so something related to your job might be happening. But still, that as I said, Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus, they will make amazing alignment there. They will be helping anyhow. They will be helping throughout whole September, so no worries about the solar eclipse. Anyhow, I will be making whole separate videos on each eclipse, and I will be telling you more in detail. For now, let's move to the planets that will change, like slow-moving planets that will change signs and exactly into your sign. And they will be two planets. So first one will move into your sign will be Saturn. Now, Saturn is our strict teacher of the universe, Saturn coming over your sun, my dear Aries. On 25th of May, Saturn will move into Aries in your first house until September 1st. Now, all these slow-moving planets sort of will, in 2025, will act as a preview. They will show you what's going to happen in 2026 and further on. Now, Saturn spends 2 to 3 years in one sign, giving its lessons. If you've been a good boy or girl, it gives presents. If not, then it gives more sort of lessons in life. All depends on your natal chart and all depends on your life situation and choices, my dear Aries. Nothing is up to planets. It's all up to our choices that we make daily. That's what you should remember. Planets not to be blamed. Now, Saturn spends in one sign, as I said, 2 to 3 years transforming it, and it's going to spend in Aries until 2028, actually. Now, in 2025, it will move into Aries, your first house, on 25th of May until September 1st, and then, because of its retrograde, it will move back into Pisces, where it spent last 3 years, for some time until 2026, February 14th. Exactly Valentine's Day on 2026. It will be back into Aries, into your first house to stay until April 2028. Now, Saturn is your, 10th house ruler. 10th house is all about career. It's all about social status. And a lot of Aries, and also both indicated by these eclipses and the Saturn, seems like will change their career. You might completely change the direction of your life, direction of where you headed, and direction of your career. Maybe you might start doing completely different thing, like you've been, as an example, you've been in the police, let's say, for the last 10 to 15 years, and now you all of a sudden decide that, this is enough. I actually all my life wanted to be an artist, and you go, I don't know, start taking pictures or acting or something completely different might be happening here. And Saturn will give you that stamina to go after your dreams, my dear. Saturn loves to push, Saturn loves to give pressures so that you actually go and do things and move things. So anyhow, this window between 25th of May until 1st of September will show you what's to come in the next 3 years, my dear Aries. Now, it was in your 12th house since 2023. So 12th house again was going, a lot of transformation around your mental state, around your subconscious mind, around your intuition as well. 12th house is everything that we do hidden, in private, in solitude. It might be that you've been working on some project for the last 3 years, since 2023. And when Saturn moves into Aries, into your first house, you might finally show it to the world. You might present it to the world, and you might shine through this. For some areas, it will be a very good period. For some areas, it will be hard, because Saturn, at the end of the day, it's a, teacher, and it's a strict one. It gives hard lessons if you haven't, let's say, understood one before. Now, whatever you've been working, like hiding and working somewhere far or somewhere private in solitude alone, by your 12th house, that things will be presented when Saturn moves into your first house, meaning probably this, summer 2025, or already next year 2026, when your star will shine even brighter, because Saturn is ruler of your 10th house, as I said. For some of you guys, it might be about your father's life. Like, for example, your father is getting old and he needs help, as an example, and you might be busy hiring someone who would help him with daily activities, as an example. Or your father might move in, back to you, and you should like take care of your father, or some elderly person, not necessarily your father, someone who is like, who needs help there. And you might actually get busy, and it might all happen exactly around summer, my dear Aries. Now, a second planet that will move into your sign is Neptune. March 30th, Neptune will move into your first house in your sign. Again, the Neptune, because it's a slow moving planet, it will give you sort of preview of what's to come for the next 14 years, because Neptune, roughly speaking, spends in one sign 14 years. Yes, exactly that long. Now, these are slow moving planets, and they usually affect us more on the subconscious mind level. And Neptune was in your subconscious mind house for the last 14 years, since 2011, 2012. And it was actually giving you quite a lot of clues and intuitional journey and how to navigate your inner self, inner work, and mental also health. Now Neptune will be moving into your first house. Neptune is all about magic, it's all about uh, things that we can't explain. It's a miracles. It's amazing planets, our imagination also. And in the first house, it might actually give your dream come true. It might make you sort of magical, and it might make you also look through the pink glasses, as on the negative side, but in some cases it's even positive, to look at life more brighter side, let's say. But Neptune will move into your sign March 30th until October 22nd, 2025. Now, during this period, almost half year, from March to October, Neptune will give you sort of, again, like a preview of what's to come, what to expect in the next 14 years in your sign. So take a note what will be happening from March until October. And then Neptune will move back again into your 12th house and will come back only in January 2026. So you see, 2026 will be the year when everything falls into places, finds new homes finally. Now, Neptune naturally rules your 12th house, like your subconscious mind. And here, Neptune actually will gift you, might gift you spiritual awakening as an example, because it's coming into your first house. It seems like you are becoming magical, you are becoming inspirational, and you will have chance to look at this world from a very positive side, let's say, and imaginable side also. And there is a third slow moving planet that will be changing signs. It's Uranus. Now, Uranus will move into your third house on 7th of July. And again, will give you a sort of short clip of what's to come until 8th of November. So from July to November, you will get to see what Uranus is going to bring into your third house, but it will retrograde back into your second house, and it will be back only April 2026. Now, Uranus stays in one sign roughly 7 years. For the last 7 years, it was transforming your house of money, how you earn money. There were a lot of, areas that, let's say, won lotteries as well, because Uranus is a planet of shock, like shocking situations. There were happy surprises and also negative surprises. There were a lot as well with the Uranus acting out in your second house. Now, a lot of you guys also found miraculously, let's say, or shockingly new ways of earning money, and even surprisingly positive ways of earning money. And you could have, also discovered new skills, how to earn money within yourself. This was amazing time while Uranus was transiting your house of earning money. And it was transiting it since 2018, 2019. So since then, a lot of things has changed, especially what's your resources. And a lot of Aries also could have purchased or sold properties, because second house is all about expensive purchases. And it's also about self-esteem, not only money. It's about what we value in life. What are our priorities? Whether we value our family, whether it's friendship or relationship or money, whatever is your values. Quite a lot of things has changed since Uranus was there, and it was giving you sudden, but like, let's say, shocking revelations about about your values, who you are in general, and how you earn and what you have, what you possess. This is exactly second house. Now, Uranus will be in your third house for the next 7 years. And, because Uranus rules your house of wishes and dreams, seems like your inner circle is going to be transformed. For example, like as an example, you are moving somewhere else, like you are relocating, you decide to live somewhere in some other country. And of course, your surrounding will change. Like all of a sudden, you will surround yourself with people that you don't know, but that are interesting and exciting to you. And it seems like you will have new friendship circle, while Uranus will be transiting your third house. The third house is also all about communication skills. Here, it might give you a lot of like learning, let's say, languages, or learning how to speak with other people. Let's say, because your surrounding change, that's why the way how you speak, the way you communicate, which language you use to communicate, what you use to communicate will change too. This is perfect, opportunity for you to learn new skills, and especially like driving skills as well. Third house. The third house is all about sisters and brothers and relatives as well. And in the next 7 years, their life might skyrocket as well, because and you will have to also play a big role in their life, and you will get affected by the changes what will be happening in their life, my dear Aries. You might also quite suddenly start a social media, let's say, career, as an example. If that was your wish to become popular online, like over internet, then your wish might be granted, because Uranus is moving into your third house. Now, third house is all about communication, all about social media, and Uranus rules your house of internet and house of popularity, my dear Aries. Like, it seems like everyone will be speaking about you. Everyone's topic will be about you, my dear Aries. You will have amazing spotlight in the next 7 years with Uranus transiting in your third house. And if that was your wish, launch your product in summer. Better to do in summer 2025, because all personal planets will be retrograding. We will speak about it shortly. Now, I would like to also mention Pluto, because it's changed also sign recently last year into your 11th house. Now, 11th house again is the house of friendships, is the house of internet, social media, online, and you have a stellar chart, my dear Aries, to become super popular, like and if that is your wish, use these transits in the next decade. Now, Pluto will be in 2025 only, because it's a slow moving planet, will be moving only through 3 degrees, so it will be influential from 0 to 3 degrees. And if those of you guys who have planets placements in Aquarius from 0 to 3 degrees, you will be, guys, affected by Pluto in 2025. You will feel Pluto's influence the most. It will not move further. And, Pluto being a planet transformation, it will transform who you communicate with, how you communicate, and who your friends are. You might enter a totally new society, higher society, like VIP society also, or you might have some sort of friendship groups that are influential people, that are popular people, and who has also money, because Pluto is a money house. Money planet, and it's exactly in your 11th house, house of friendships. Your friendship circle is getting transformed, my dear Aries. And those of you who has some things, as I said, until 3 degrees, you will be affected by this Pluto. Now, let's talk about Jupiter, planet of luck and prosperity. Where is your luck, my dear Aries, in 2025? 9th of June, Jupiter will change signs. Also, it will move into your 4th house. Now, 2025 will become for you more home as well. Family and home will need your attention, but it's more like a positive attention, because Jupiter is a planet of positivity, everything nice and perfect, and it's gifts and abundance. Jupiter is such an amazing and beneficial planet. Now, Jupiter, before like June, until June, it will be transiting your 3rd house. It is transiting since June 2024, and for some of you guys, it already brought a lot of changes around your 3rd house. Like, same thing happened 12 years ago. You might think back to 12 years ago, which means 2013. So 2013 and 2014, these 2 houses were affected. 3rd and 4th house, for you guys, it's all about siblings. It might be that 12 years ago your brother and sister moved somewhere, or they graduated, or they I don't know, they entered a university, or they got married, and now after 12 years it's again something happening, which is like something huge and beneficial, especially positive, like they are getting married, or they are, I don't know, graduating, or it might be they achieving some sort of a career status. in their profession that they've actually graduated 12 years ago, let's say, as an example. Now, fourth house is all about family. And for you guys, it's the family that you build and the family that you come from. Seems like there will be a lot of positive news there too. It might be you're getting pregnant as an example, or you're giving birth, or you're just adding up like sort of members, like family member, numbers of family. Someone's getting married, like let's say your brother, sister, or your kids getting married, and your family is getting bigger as an example. Or you're buying a house as well, or selling a house, but mostly like buying, because Jupiter is all about acquiring. It makes it bigger, whatever it touches. Now, fourth house is about real estate and place where you live. It might be that you will be after June, it will happen that you might be buying a house or some sort of a property, even for as an investment. And Jupiter will stay in your fourth house until June 2026, and it will be showering you with gifts in sort of all family relationships and your real estate situation too, and your living situation too. Now, for those of you who wish to immigrate somewhere, this will be the possibility after June in 2025, because Jupiter, ruler of your ninth house, and ninth house is, Jupiter rules all sorts of travel, immigration in your chart, and it's coming into your fourth house. Seems like wherever you call home is changing, whether it's a country, whether it's just a house or a street or a city. But here, most likely, it's about country. So it seems like you might be relocating, changing completely to a new location, wherever you call home, actually. It might be that you will take up this finally apply for immigration, I don't know, documents, or already pack up stuff and move to a new location. My dear Aries, Jupiter is amazing in your fourth house. Use this while it is transiting your fourth house. Now, it's also alternatively could be about your mother's situation, because your mother could get a lot of benefits from Jupiter in the fourth house in your natal chart. It might be that in her life, a lot of positive things will be happening and you will be witnessing it too. Now, let's talk about your ruler Mars. Now, Mars will have a little bit of unusual behavior in 2025, because for the whole half year until June, Mars will be stuck in your two houses in your natal chart. And let me tell you even more. Mars was busy with those two houses since September 2024. So that makes like almost a year from September 2024 until June 2025. It's just in your one part of your chart, and particularly covering just two houses. So, universe seems like telling us to deal, and telling you specifically to deal also with those two areas of your life. And let me tell you which ones are those. Now, Mars, because, it's unusual for Mars to stay in one sign so long, but because it was retrograding, and it will be retrograding until February 2024, no, February 24, sorry, 2025. And it will retrograde back into your fourth house on January 6th. It might be you're traveling somewhere where you know very well. As an example, this is just as an example. For some of you guys, it might be you're, I don't know, rebuilding or restructuring your house, or, I don't know, doing some fixing works, whatever is that. And it will be in your fourth house until April. Seems like whatever is that, you will get busy until April with your homeworks and family. Or immigration situation could be too. After April, it will move into your fifth house now, and will stay until June. Now, from April to June, seems like you will get busy with children or business that you have or you want to have, let's say, as an example. Or it might be joy of life, how you enjoy your life. Fifth house is all about that. How you have fun, let's say, through what kind of recreational, I don't know, processes and enjoyments you use, like to have fun. And it will refine you. Mars wants you to, it will fuel your life adventure sort of mode. It will make you the happiest person in the room from April until June, and it will be amazing time for you, because Mars will be fueling this love for life and love for yourself, my dear Aries. Now, planet of love and beauty itself, Venus, lover of your ruling planet Mars, Well, let me tell you when it will be in your first house. We all love when Venus in our first house. That's why I love to tell this, because when Venus is in our first house, we feel irresistible. We feel so confident. We feel beautiful. And in generally, people are attracted to us. People pay attention to us, and we have a power to convince anyone into anything. So use these periods, or write down those periods. Now, Venus will transit your first house from February 4th, 2025, right on time for Valentine's Day, isn't it, my dear Aries? Until March 27. Now, this period will be amazing for you. Now, Venus will also retrograde this year in 2025. All the personal planets will retrograde a little bit, slowing down. Beginning of the year will be sort of a slow, because we will have Mars retrograding. Right after Mars, we have Venus retrograding, and also while Mars and Venus retrograde, we also have Jupiter, which is retrograding. And when Venus finishes its retrograde, Mercury goes retrograde. All these personal planets, personal means, they affect us directly through our daily events and people in our life. And they are very important for us to start some things in life, to take up some, mundane things, and even like as easy things as, I don't know, opening company or signing documents. We need these planets to be direct, to be straight, to be fast, to be strong. You know what I mean? That's why, all these planets will retrograde, overlapping each other's retrograde until mid of April. So until mid of April, first 4 months of 2025 seems like will be a bit of a slow, start. And it's amazing time. Universe seems like giving us a chance to reflect on our life, to reflect on things that you want to do. And it might be also some things that might be going on a world level that will affect us all and will make each of us to think what we want to do next and how we want to do it. Now, because Venus retrogrades, it will stay in your first house long, and it will dip into your first house to your benefit twice in 2025. Second period when it will be in your first house will be April 30th until June 6th. You see, and Mars and Venus, Mars fueling your love for yourself there from April to June, and Venus from April to June will be fueling your confidence, your shining star, sort of inner power. You will be shining to everybody around this time, my dear Aries. Now, Venus in the seventh house, we love that too, because seventh house is all about committed relationships in love and in business. Now here, you will have an amazing period to find someone special if you're single, and if you're not, then to enjoy the love with one and only from October 13th until November 6th. This will be a period to enjoy your married life or committed long-term partnership life. Now, Venus will retrograde from March 2nd until April 13th. Now, Venus retrogrades usually for 40 days, 40 nights, and Venus retrograde happens usually every year and a half, every year and a half. And, when Venus retrogrades, it's not advisable to get married because it's a love planet, my dear Aries. So write down this period, March 2nd to April 13th. No marriages, my dear Aries. Now, I would like to mention a couple of days which will be important in 2025. First one is February 23rd. Now, February 23rd, we have North Node conjunct Neptune. This is like very rare conjunction that happened, I don't know, in 100 years. Because last time these two met in your 12th house, because February 23rd, North Node meets Neptune in your 12th house, magical house, amazing house to have this connection. And the last time they did this connection was 16th century, my dear Aries. That was back that time. And, at that time, there was a lot of historical moments were happening. It's a magical, like spiritual level, spirituality house, because your 12th house is all about spirituality. And that age was, about magic, about witches, and about burning them. And of course, all this Inquisition and other stuff were going on when this North Node and Neptune met in your 12th house. But this time, when these two gonna meet again, there might be some things happening, like we might witness even UFOs as an example, and unidentified objects coming into contact might be happening. Yeah, this is just a world level sort of could be event, but for you exactly, it's all about spirituality. North Node is a destiny node, and Neptune is a magic planet, and they are meeting in your 12th house. Amazing one. Seems like you might reach sort of new levels of understanding of life and yourself, particularly yourself, because 12th house is all about self, all about inner me, house, and everything which is done in private. This is amazing. Perfect connection will be happening at 12th house. Whatever will be happening around February 23, please do let me know. It's amazing one. I can't wait this thing to manifest in your life. Now, April 14th, another day when North Node conjunct Saturn, another aspect which is very rare. Now, April 14th, North Node is a destiny node, and it will meet Saturn. Saturn is the planet of strict, teacher, is a karmic planet, and they are both meeting in your 12th house. Last time they also met was 19th century, almost 150 years ago. And here, North Node might, particularly for you, like manifest as meeting someone who will become your teacher, who will become a mentor, or you might regard a person as your teacher or mentor on the level of like spirituality. Maybe you're like busy with yoga, as an example, or maybe you're busy with astrology or this esoteric science like numerology or tarot cards. Or it might be that you are on a pilgrimage, as an example. Also, there could be a lot of things going on in your life, but the main point here that your destiny is meeting someone powerful, someone who can teach you a lot here. Now, another day which is interesting will be September 4th. Now, in general, I love the month of September. I already told about this. This is one of the sort of strong, very powerful months of 2025. And in September, we have Jupiter making amazing beam to that North Node. Again, North Node is about destiny. Now, Jupiter and North Node, they are communicating in a very beautiful angle from your 4th house and from your 12th house. And in general, as I said, September is an amazing month, and there is one lunar eclipse which will be happening, an extremely beautiful one. Seems like you might be really like relocating, and you might fall in love with the place where you start calling home, let's say, newly, or you might buy a property somewhere far as an investment. Also could be like a hotel business. Just as an example, my dear Aries, this could be your situation. In general, Jupiter is planet of luck, planet of abundance, and here it's giving you this abundance and luck somewhere very far, or somewhere within yourself. That's also far, to reach the depths of ourselves, like your subconscious mind. All in all, 2025, such a remarkable year is gonna be. It's an amazing year. It's a year when it's shifting, and historical moment year. We should be grateful that we live in this period, because we will get to witness all these things that will change and happen in the world level and in our personal life too, my dear Aries. I wish you the happiest new year 2025. And I would love to remind you to check your rising sign and moon sign. Most of the time, our rising sign is the most influential, but for some people, it can be sun sign and moon sign too. So you need to listen to all three of the signs so that you get to compare which one affecting you the most. My dear Aries, love you all. Bye bye.